Seema, welcome to Gentle Yoga. If you've never did yoga, this is a good place to start. Very beginner friendly. You do move up and down. You have blocks, great. If you don't, we'll work around it. Let's begin. Let's get on our backs. Let's get relaxed. Let's begin to arrive on our mats. So as we recline, find a nice comfortable position. You can be in steeple pose with your feet as wide as the mat, your knees coming together. You can be in Supta Bandha Konasana with your knees wide, bottoms of the sole together. You can even extend everything nice and long, arms wherever they're comfortable. You're at home, take up space, and then let's take a nice breath in through the nose, fill up, and then open the mouth, side out, let it out. And then this one nice and slow through the nose. Hold it at the top. And then slowly out the nose, beginning to find more relaxation through the body. Inhale through the nose, fill up to the base of the belly, all the way to the top, collarbone. Hold it at the top. Through the nose, nice and slow. Really begin to push the thoughts away. Calming the mind. Inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Out the nose. Nice and slow. Really beginning to settle. Arriving on our mats. Finding more relaxation through the body. More calmness in the mind. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Begin to unplug, detach, giving yourself permission to just be. And then just enjoying this moment on our mats with our breath and all it brings. Maybe you focus on the lift, the fall of the front body. Maybe you focus on the sound the breath makes. Maybe you just bring your awareness to your third eye. Imagine that nice bright white light shining up on you. And just enjoy. Inviting calm, inviting warmth, inviting love. Inviting calmness. And gently begin to move that head side to side. Nice and slow. Enjoying the stretch of the neck. And you can begin to wiggle those toes, wiggle those fingers, just gently, gently adding some movements. Eventually coming to your steeple pose. So feet flat onto the mat, heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. Let your knees come together to touch. And then really begin to take up space with those upper limbs, right? Extend the arms out, palms face the sky. And then beginning to move those knees side to side. Adding movements, more movements to the lower limbs. And then flex those toes, flex those feet. Stretch out the bottom feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Explore, move, enjoy, and breathe. Nice and soft and through the nose, out through the nose. And then drop your knees to the left. Allow your head to turn to the right and then settle once more.
Relaxing all the muscles in the body. And then bringing your awareness back to your breath. Inwardly. Pausing once more and just enjoying the stillness, the calm. And then gently come back through center and go right through the opposite side as you settle once more. And then coming back to center. Realign your spine if you need to. And then just extend the arms overhead. Extend the legs long. Find a nice long stretch here. And then bring that right foot to the mat. Hug that left knee into the chest. Flex that left foot and just give yourself a nice squeeze. Keeping the knee into the chest. Relax your arm by your side. Allow that right foot to be planted, that low back stays to the mat. Extend that left leg nice and long to the sky. And then let's just find those circles, ankle circles. We'll do 4 one direction. They can be big, they can be little. And then we'll reverse it for 4. And then find your stillness, and then just point, flex, point, flex. 2 more, point, flex, point. And then hold the flexing. And then hug the knee back into the chest. Keep that left foot flexed, and then let's find that half pigeon on the other side, on the first side. So your arms can still relax if you'd like them there. And then maybe you flex that right foot so you push that heel onto the mat. Keeping that low back to the mat. You can stay right here if you find a nice stretch here to the glute. If you want to go deeper, pull that right knee in. And then bring your hands behind that hamstring. Open that left knee with that elbow. You can stay right here. If you want to straighten that right leg, straighten the right leg. And then just pausing, relaxing the head, relaxing the shoulders. Begin to really scoop that belly, low back stays to the mat. And then we'll slowly come out of this. Lower that right foot back down if it's not already there. Hug that left knee into the chest. Give it one more squeeze. And then drop it to the mat. Let's go to the other side. Pull that right knee into the chest. Give it a nice squeeze. And really planting that left foot down. Go back to the mat. Release that right knee. Begin to kick the sky. And then let's go into them circles. 4 one direction. Slow and controlled. And then let's reverse that. And then hold and point, flex, point, flex. 2 more. Last one. Now hold the flex. Heel to the sky, toes towards comes the body. And then hug the knee into the chest. Give it one more squeeze, and let's find that half pigeon. So push that right knee away, and then flex that left foot. So the heel is on the mat as the toes lift up to the sky. Low back stays to the mat. Again, you could stay right here. If you want more, you bring that left knee into the chest. Keep opening that right knee. Keep hugging that belly in, hollering it out. And then mimic what you did on the other side. Did you extend that left heel? Extend it. And if you stayed with the 90 degrees, you stay with the 90 degrees. You take this where you took it on the opposite side. And then you settle, relax the head, relax the shoulders, and just breathe. And then just enjoy this nice, gentle stretch. Don't force it. And then gently release that foot down. Hug that right knee once more, and then bring the left knee into the chest. And then just pause here for a few breaths. And maybe you rock side to side, massaging those kidneys, the lower back. Just enjoy. And then find your stillness, and then let's come to a seat. Whether you rock up, or maybe you just roll onto your side and you just gently help yourself up to your seat. So we're gonna find a nice, comfortable, easy seat. If you have a block, you're welcome to sit on the block. We're gonna work on some breath work here. So once you're seated, if it's uncomfortable to cross your legs, option is always to bring your feet flat onto the mat in front of you. So you find your comfortable, easy seat. I will keep my feet flat just to show you that there are always options. Your hands just kind of rest on your thighs. Face up for more receiving through your practices, face down for more grounding through your practice. If you have a mudra that you prefer, you can always go to your mudra. And then begin to sit nice and tall to the spine. A little tilt in the chin. Close the eyes. Take a nice slow breath in through the nose. And a nice slow breath out to the nose. We're going to work on our box breath. 4, inhale. Hold it at the top for a 4 count. Exhale for a 4 count. Hold it at the bottom for 4. Inhale for 4. Pause for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold it at the bottom for 4. And then continue 2 more times on your own. Once you're finished, continue to breathe nice and soft in through the nose, out through the nose. Noticing the movements the breath makes and just enjoying them. Finding more calmness, more relaxation through each breath. And then let's gently bring our hands to heart space. Gently blink your eyes open. Take another nice breath in, nice breath out. And we'll flip and get onto our hands and knees. We'll come to our table. And then we're going to continue that nice slow breath in, slow breath out as we move through our cat and cow poses. So stack your joints, spread your fingers, push the whole hand into the mat. Lower the belly, lift the chin, inhale. And then exhale, round and tuck. Continuing our breath and just adding some movements along. And then coordinating the movements with the breath. If you're familiar with your cat and cow pose, you know you can explore here. You can exaggerate. Or either on just focusing on that spine or anything else that needs some extra love, extra movements here. Let's do 2 more full rounds. Keep pushing the mat away with that whole hand. Spread the fingers. And find your neutral spine. Let's all find a child's pose. You can open your knees wide. You can keep your knees together. You can even do a nice puppy pose if your hips don't go all the way back. As long as your forehead reaches the mat. You can even place a block underneath your forehead if your forehead does not meet the mat block. And then allow yourself to fully relax. If you can go all the way back, all the way down, then that's your resting pose. And then you just focus on your breath once more. And let all the muscles relax here. And we'll take a moment for an intention for our practice. And let's just think of something that makes us smile today. That brings a little sunlight into our day. It could be a scent, it could be a person, it can be a moment. It can be this moment, this peaceful moment. And then let's seal it with a nice inhale and a nice exhale. And then we'll gently lift back up to our table. Move your block back to the top of the mat. And then stack your knees once more. Really begin to hug the belly. Tendency is to arch that lower back. Hug the belly in. Keep a nice neutral spine. Tuck the toes. Let's extend that right leg nice and long. Keep the toe on the mat. And then extend the left leg nice and long, finding a nice high plank. And then bring the right knee back down. And then the left knee to follow. And then hold. Right leg extends once more. Left leg extends, hold. Right knee comes down. Left knee comes down and hold. Let's start 2 more on the left side. Left leg extends. Right leg extends. Left knee comes down. Right knee comes down. Hold. Left leg. Right leg. Left leg. Left knee drops. Right knee drops. And then let's walk our hands to the top of the mat. We're going to do a nice puppy pose. So keep the arms straight. The hips stay up. You can tuck the toes. You can keep them flat. And then begin to shine your heart towards the earth, towards the mat as your forehead rests one more. This time the belly is hugging in. And then gently lift up to your table. And then tuck the toes. We're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat. If you need your blocks, use your blocks. Because we're going to come to standing. So if you have your blocks, you walk your blocks back. You come off your knees. And then you lift your hips up. And then you roll up nice and slow, sacking one vertebrae, rolling the shoulders back. Find your strong mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Hands to touch. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, arms back up. And let's come back all the way down to our mats. There's your blocks. Let's walk them back up. Drop to your knees. Come to your table. And then this time we're going to come to the top of the mat. So maybe use your block. Get your foot up. And then get the other foot up. And then move the blocks and then roll up. Strong mountain pose. Ground through your feet. Grow tall. Make your way to the top of the mat. Let's move on. Inhale, arms up. Hands to touch. Exhale, hands to heart space. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Spread your fingers. Lift the heart, lift the chin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come back all the way down to the mat. This time you're going to find a nice flat back. Hug that badly in. You're going to step that right foot all the way back. And then you're going to bring your blocks, your hands on either side of that front foot. You're going to wiggle that back foot back. And then you're going to lower those hips. Don't drop the knee. I want to feel a nice stretch right here. If you want to, you can come higher on the blocks. And then lift up. Try to think about shining your heart forward. And then lowering into that knee, into those hips. And then all we're going to do is straighten the front leg. So straighten the front leg. You can walk your blocks back. You can keep that left toe on the mat. You can flex your foot. Just feel that stretch to the back of that leg. And then bend into that knee one more time. And then we're gonna walk that foot. We're gonna step that right foot top of the mat. So step it up. Maybe you shift, walk your blocks forward, and then step it up. And then we're gonna come right into our chair. So you're gonna drop your hips down and then bring your arms forward. Keep hugging that belly in. If it's available, you bring your arms on either side of the ears. If you have shoulder mobility issues, it's okay. Just bring them forward. Wiggle the toes and then stand up. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, arms up. And then all the way down to your forward fold. And then find your flat back. All right, this time the left foot wiggles back. So wiggle it back, wiggle it back, wiggle it back. Bring your blocks, your hands on either side of that front foot. And then begin to lower those hips, bend into that front knee. Don't drop the back knee, keep the knee off the mat. Tendency is to dump into those hands. Use the legs to just gently lift a little bit of weight out of those wrists. And then straighten the front leg. Again, you want a nice straight leg. So maybe you walk the blocks back. You can flex that front foot, you can keep it on the mat. Just feel that stretch at the back of that leg. And then bend into that knee one more time, walk your blocks. Now make sure you have room on that left side. Maybe you move that left hand over, begin to shift the weight forward, walk the blocks, and step it up. And then find your chair, so find your seat, and then arms come up. And then gently stand up. Shake it out. All right, let's work on a little bit of warrior twos. So let's step that right foot back. So front foot points exactly to 12 o'clock. Think of a clock. The back toe angles to like 2, 3 o'clock. You bend into that front knee, track over that toe. Arms come forward and back. And then settle. Hug the belly in. Ground through the feet. Gaze right over that left hand. Really stay strong. And then let's find a nice side angle. Not moving those legs, keeping those legs steady. Just lean the upper body forward. Bring your arms north and south. Your gaze can be wherever it's comfortable. If you want to look down, you can look down. If you're going to look up, you can look up. Just keep bending into that front knee. Grounding to the feet, hugging the belly. And then come back up to your warrior two. Release that back hand down, flip the front hand up, radiant your warriors. And then all the way down to the mat, find that low lunge one more time, pivot off that back toe, back heel. And then lower those hips, bend into that knee. And then straighten that leg one more time. And then bend into that knee. Step it up, top of the mat. This time, just roll up. Soften the knees. Second side, left leg goes back. Let's find that warrior two. Arms come forward. Settle in, bend into that front knee, right front toe points to 12 o'clock. This time the back toe, it's more like 9, 10 o'clock. Get long to the arms, gaze right over that front hand. Hug the belly, and then settle. And find your side angle. Don't move the legs. Just shift the upper body down and arms go north and south. If you have the elbow on top of that leg, don't push, don't dump into it. Don't squish that right shoulder. That's why I like the arm on the inside. That way you're using your legs, you're using your core to hold yourself up. Finding strength, finding warmth. And then come back up to your warrior two. Pause for a breath. Turn the front palm up. Let's radiant our warriors. And then come back to your low lunge. Get off that back heel. Lower those hips, bend into that front knee, find a nice stretch. And then straighten the front leg one more time. And bend into that knee. Let's step it up, top of the mat. Soften the knees, let's roll up. Get nice and tall. Nice. So let's work on some balancing now. Let's just do our tree pose. Actually, let's do our one-legged mountain pose, right? So we're gonna ground through both feet. Nice and strong and steady. Hands can be at the hip, they can be at heart space. All right, begin to find your drishti. Find a spot that's not moving in front of you. And then focus on that spot. Find some concentration, some focus, and then pop that right heel up. And then begin to lift that toe off the mat. Now remember, you're at home, so you can have a wall and just work with your hand onto the wall. Eventually, that foot stays up. Eventually, maybe the knee comes to hip height. Flex the foot, point it, do something with it. And then pause. And then slowly lower it down. Get nice and strong, get nice and tall. Pop that left heel up. Focus on your drishti. And then find a one-legged mountain pose. Even if you're just tapping off and on, but you gotta find steadiness through the whole body. And once you're nice and steady and strong on that one leg, then you work on lifting that knee to hip height. And then you pause. And then gently release it. Let's do that one more time. Pop that right heel up. Find your steadiness, find your drishti, and settle. We're going to be here a little longer. If you have big toe hold in your practice, you can always go there. And then slowly release it, control it. Don't just plop down. And then get it back. If you need to shake it out, shake it out. All right, second side. Pop that left heel up. Find your drishti. Get nice and steady to that right leg. And work on balancing off that left toe. Eventually to hip height, and this is where we hold. Maybe smile. And then slowly release it. Nice. So shake it out, shake it out. All right, let's get to our mats. We're gonna sit down. So again, sit down however is comfortable and easy for you depending on your knees. And then we're just gonna work on some boat poses here, right? So we're gonna flex our feet. We're gonna bring our hands behind the legs, behind the knees. Now when you put the hands, I don't want you to grip. You're not squeezing the back of the legs. You're just holding gently with your fingers for balance. So lift the heart, begin to lean back. Soften the elbows, and then settle. Right, feel the engagement in the belly, lift the heart. You can lift one leg, you can lift both legs. We're doing two. So maybe we do lift the right leg. We can also release the hands, right? But if you feel yourself rolling back, rolling the shoulders forward, bring your hands back, find your alignment. Right? Don't sacrifice the body. Find your edge right here. And then gently release the foot down. And then let's extend that left leg long. So the right foot stays to the mat. And we're just going to do a gentle twist. Flex that left foot. Hug that right knee. Pull it into that left armpit as that right hand comes behind you. And a nice gentle twist. And I love doing this one, so it's always an option. If you want a little bit more here, you lift that left leg off the mat. And we pause here for 5. Belly strong. And then keep the twist, just release the leg if you lifted it. And stay here for one more breath. Get tall to the spine. Find a little deeper twist on your exhale. And then unwind, come back to center. Second bow pose, second Navasana. So flex the feet, legs are together, hands behind the legs, set it up, get tall, begin to lean back, feel the engagement in the belly. And then settle. If you lifted the right leg, lift the left leg. If you release the hands, or just keep them where they are. Let's just hang out here and just enjoy this breath into the body. You enjoy the shaking through the body, and then you enjoy your breath, right? It's about getting comfortable with the uncomfortableness. We've all been in uncomfortable situations. Key is not to panic. It's not to react in a negative way. We don't just jump out and fall out of these poses. We breathe through them. We bring the calm. We take a pause. We take a breath. And then we control our reactions. We lower the leg and we come out of it nice and calm. Extend the right leg, flex the foot. Let's find that twist. Hug the knee and look behind you. If you lifted that leg on the other side, lift it this one. Hold it up for 5. Keep the twist, lower the leg. 1 breath, tall, twist. And then gently come out of it. Nice, everyone, shake it out. So we're gonna go to our backs. And we'll do some bridge poses. So if you do have a block, grab a block, keep it by your side. It'll help if you want to do a nice inversion, put your legs up the sky, or maybe we just do a nice supported bridge. My favorite is I have a lot of favorites, I'm sure you all know, is a supported Shavasana. But let's do a nice active bridge pose to start. So feet are about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider. Arms are by your side. Snuggle their shoulder blades underneath. And then begin to lift off the mat. Push down with the arms, push down with the hands. Maybe you grab the outside of the mat. Maybe rather you use the palms to push down. And then lift, puff out the chest, and lift the chin off the mat. And we just hang out here. Let's hang out here for 10. Keep puffing out the chest. Strong, push into those feet. Relax the jaw, not the body. Take another breath, and then as you exhale, gently move the shoulder blades out of the way, and then roll down. And then you can find your steeple here. You can go side to side with the knees. You can even hug the knees into the chest. Key is just to listen to your body. Where does your body want to go? And then take it where it needs to go. We're all going to need something different because our bodies are all different. And then we'll find that block if you have that block. Right? And you'll place it onto that sacrum. It's that triangle piece of bone right on top of your tailbone. If you don't have a block, not a big deal. So again, you can stay in a nice supported bridge. If you want to lift your legs up to the sky, your ankles are right on top of your hips. Your knees might bend, but try to keep the ankles on top of the hips and flex the feet. My favorite that I like here is to do that nice supported Shavasana. Open those legs wide and just feel all that opening. If you don't have a block, I would suggest either a regular bridge like we just did, or you can still do the legs. You can even scoot yourself against the wall and put your legs up the wall. And then everywhere you're at, whichever path you're taking, let's relax the arms. I'm gonna set my alarm. We're gonna be here for 1 minute. It starts now. So take this where you wanna take it and then settle. I'm gonna set up my supported Shavasana. And as we settle, Once more, we focus inwardly and into our breath. If your legs are up, again, get comfortable with the uncomfortableness. If you feel shaking in the belly and the legs, you're doing it right. Fight the urge to drop the feet. But if you really need to, it's okay. This is a practice. You're not used to waterfall with the legs up. First few times might be challenging. But eventually you will be able to hold those legs up for a minute. And maybe even longer if you keep your practice. And just settle. And then let's slowly, everybody bring your feet into the mat. If you have the block, remove the block. Let's all find our Supta Bandha Konasana. Your knees are open, your bottoms with your feet together. Arms can be by your side. You can bring them overhead. Or if you're needing some love, one on the heart, one on the belly, or maybe both onto the heart. Close the eyes and just breathe once more. And gently begin to close the knees together like a book. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself another squeeze. And let's find that happy baby. So, it might be uncomfortable to grab the feet sometimes, and your head and your neck is all cramped up. So if that's where you're at, I want you to be able to relax the head. So maybe you grab the backs of the legs, right? And then you feel your head, your shoulders down onto the mat, right? And if you want to, you walk up the calf. You walk up the ankle. As long as you can feel your shoulder blades and your head and your neck in a neutral spine, that's where you want to be. There is no stress in this pose. And then maybe you rock side to side. So make your baby happy. What does it want to do? You can even straighten one leg and then the other. And then find your stillness. Taking a breath in, taking a breath out, and then hug the knees into the chest. And then let's all extend and find that Shavasana. Right heel, right corner of the mat, left heel, left corner of the mat. Arms by your side, let's take up space. Close the eyes, take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Slowly through the nose, feeling the whole body relax. In through the nose, nice and slow. Out through the nose, even slower. Finding more relaxation through the breath. Feeling more heaviness through the body. Finding a little bit of space between the top and bottom jaw, sealing your lips together. Softening the face and slowing your breath down just a little bit more. As you really begin to feel the support of the earth. As you feel even more heaviness through the body. Shavasana. let's begin to bring our awareness back to our bodies. As we deepen our breath, slowly, gently reawakening our bodies. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Adding any other movements here, the ankles, the knees, the wrists, the elbows. Eventually you're going to extend one arm up as you roll over onto your favorite side, using that arm to support your head. As you pause here for a few more breaths, maybe you come back to your intention, your happy thought from the beginning. Maybe you just take this moment to just continue to enjoy this wonderful energy we cultivated. And then we just pause, have a moment of gratitude, and just say thank you. Thank you for all that we have. Thank you for this moment. Thank you. And then you'll help yourself up. You'll come and find that comfortable, easy seat once more. You'll bring your hands to heart space. Gentle nod as we end this time together. Thank you for choosing your mat self-care for health, body, mind, and spirit. I thank you for allowing me to share and guide you through this practice. Be kind, be understanding, be kind, be happy. Namaste.